natural sounds of the street. We outside. We outside with it. What y'all doing today? Early in the morning, it's a fresh start. It's a new week. You know, something might have happened, good or bad, whatever the case may be. You got to a point where you got down on yourself. Man, it's a fresh new start. It's a fresh new week. Where's your focus at? What you putting your time, efforts, and energy towards? What you going towards? What you moving towards? Ignore all the outside distractions. Ignore everything that don't line up with where you want to go. Forget all that. We got to stay locked in. We got to stay focused. We got to stay locked in. We got to stay focused. It's raining outside right now. But I got a set schedule. I still got to go hit the gym. It's just a little bit of water, just a little bit of rain. If you're going to let little things like this stop you from where you want to go, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to win anywhere. Nothing should be able to stop you. Get up and attack the day. That's literally all you got to do is get up and attack it. Get up and attack everything in your life. Get up and attack the day. I'll give you a little backstory real quick. Earlier this week, well, I would say last week because it's Monday, but last week I was feeling down about myself. Don't allow yourself to slip back into them dark spaces. Don't allow yourself to do that. You got to check yourself. You got to catch yourself. You got to get yourself mentally prepped. You got to get yourself mentally ready. You got to get yourself prepared for the day. You got to get yourself right. You got to get your thoughts in check. Get yourself right. Get yourself in check. Look, we outside. We outside. You got to create a little hustle about yourself. Find you a structure. Find you a discipline for your life. And attack that shit. Man, attack it. Get at it. Get at it. You got to understand, it's nobody coming to save you. It's nobody coming to fix your life for you. You got to do this stuff. You got to do it yourself. And once you enter that space of knowing what that is, there is no more dependency. You're not dependent on nobody else. You got to go out and seek the things you need. You got to go out and find the things you need. You got to go out and create the things you want. Create the world, the lifestyle that you want. And it's hard. I understand. I really believe, I think like that's the meaning of life being hard. You know, you get tests put in front of you. Is this what you really want? Are these the things that you really have an interest in? And you got to do it. You got to figure it out and you got to do it. You got to figure it out and you got to do it. You got to achieve it. You got to go at it. And if you can't, shoot, step to the side, somebody else will. And that's the hard, that's what makes it so crazy, because those different pockets, those different little things that you won't step up to the plate to, somebody else will. Somebody else will. And you're never going to stop competing. You're never going to stop challenging yourself. You're never going to not have challenges, obstacles that you got to face. But you have to understand yourself. You got to figure yourself out. You got to find what works best for you. Place yourself in environments and gaps that work best for you. And try to gain and proceed and endure, operate in that space to where you can elevate, grow, and change your life as much as possible. You got to. You got to. Sitting around on the sidelines waiting on everything else, waiting on everybody else. Whew, man, listen. It's not good. It's not good. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. It's time to step out here. It's time to step out here. It's time to step out here. Get outside. Create that life that you want. We are in this world, we are in this space where everything that's created is solely up to you. Everything you achieve and accomplish is solely up to you. And it's hard. Okay? That lifestyle is hard. This life is hard. things that we're trying to do is very difficult. You know, it's very difficult. But you got to create that life that you want for yourself. What you doing? You sitting around? I tell you this right now, I had a mental battle with myself this morning. And you got to do the same things. I rolled over in bed. I was like, yo, it's raining. I'm not going to the gym. Bro, it's just rain. Look at everything it's just, and just go at it. Go at it. You got to go at it. You got to. You can't allow little small things to stop you from where you want to go ultimately. And this works with friendships, relationships, with goals, your work, everything. You got to check this up here. You got to check this up here, man. It's rough. It's tough. That stuff hard. But you got to check yourself. You got to. You got to. You got to. You got to learn how to have a balance. That's one of the main ones. A balance. You got to have a balance. There are times where I get too caught up with work. Sometimes I get too caught up with my family. Sometimes I get too caught up with my girl. Sometimes I get too caught up with money. You can be so driven on one specific thing that you start losing and lacking in other spaces and other places. But that's where your schedule come in. That's where your schedule come in. Routine, discipline, structure. You got some time, you got a pocket, you got a gap for each and every part of your life where you can center yourself, focus, and lock in on exactly what you need. Focus and lock in on exactly where you want to be, on exactly where you need to be. Man, handle your business. That's all you got to do is handle your business. Handle your business. And the thing about this is, as you start progressing and you start succeeding, you start improving your life, you really don't get to take a break. It's more discipline, more structure, more things required of you, more things required from you in this space. So you got to figure out a way to get your thoughts together. You got to figure out a way to get your mental together. You got to start incorporating these things in your life where you got to get it together. You just got to. And hey, it's a tough game. It's a tough game. It's so many valuable lessons that you got to enjoy and understand that process. So when you do get to a certain level in your life, when you do get somewhere, you understand and appreciate it because you went through the hard part. You went through the parts where it was a struggle. You went through the parts where it was up and down. And that's never going to stop. You have these gaps. You have these pockets where life going good, everything flowing. It's going how it's supposed to go. And then you got other times where you got to find them little pockets. You got to bring that dog out of you. You got to bring that dog out of you. You got to place yourself around people. You got to place yourself around others who trying to do the same thing as you. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. But it's rough. It's tough. Build yourself. Get yourself in order. And sometimes you got to understand it's seasons. Sometimes it's seasons for things. Sometimes you're not in that area to where it's time to have friends. It's not time to have this. It's not time to have that. What is it that you need to work on before you get that? What is it that you need to fix? What is it that you need to change before you get to that opportunity? What is it that you need to work on? Think about that. What about you have you not worked on yet? And once you do that, everything else will begin to start getting added. Everything else will start coming. Everything else will start flowing for you. Everything else will start going the way it's supposed to go. But you know the saying, the more you giving, the more you test it. You got to show that this is what you want. You got to show and know this is what I'm here for. I'm keeping this. I'm staying in this. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up for where you are right now currently. Because you are where you're supposed to be. You are where you're supposed to be. You are where you're supposed to be. We outside with it. You are where you're supposed to be though. You are definitely where you're supposed to be. City living. We outside in the city. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Exactly where you're supposed to be. That's just how it go. That's just how it go. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. Don't feel bad. Don't beat yourself up. Don't feel down for where you are. The only way and the only reason you will feel bad and feel down about yourself is because you know that you ain't been working. You know that you ain't been trying to improve. You know that you ain't been progressing towards things that'll help you. Listen, you want your confidence to go up? Bro, get in the gym. Get in the gym. You want to get your thoughts right? Go somewhere and quiet yourself. Read a book. Write. You're going to have them pockets. You know, you're going to have a little time when you might slip back. You might have other thoughts. You might have some doubts. But hey, listen here. You got to face it. You got to check it. You got to do it yourself. You got to bring it. You got to subdue it. You got to fix it. Don't put that on everybody else. Don't put that on others to fix. Don't put that on nobody else to fix except you. Don't put that on nobody else to fix it. That's not fair. That's not fair to them. It's like you putting and springing your emotions and feelings onto everybody else. And this is something I had to learn. This is something I had to learn. This is something I'm still learning. Self-accountability. Self-accountability. Are you a winner or are you not a winner? And this is you checking yourself every day. This is you checking yourself every day. It's you versus you 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 every day. And that's my question though, like, is the mind really strong or is the mind really weak? That's a good question. Why I ask that question though? Why I ask that question? Is the mind strong or is the mind weak? The mind can be strong enough to dictate a decision. It could be weak enough to where it dictate a decision. It just depends on which way you're going to use it. But hey, you got to lock in. Yeah, I'm walking the distance. The gym is probably like 1.5 miles away. But I'm going to get there. I'm going to get there. I look at this as an opportunity to make $1 million. If somebody told you $1 million was down the street, but you got to walk through the rain, you got to go through some tall grass, you got to do different things to get there, you're going to get up and go get that M. You're going to get up and go get that M. That's a fact. You're going to get up there and go get that M. So I look at this as going through these steps, going through these ups and downs, going through these parts where I got to work on myself. Listen, I don't put things out there in the world like that. The things that you having a hard time with, write it down and then read it. You know, thoughts and feelings, they are all over the place. It's okay. Everybody's like that. You have thoughts and feelings in different pockets of your life. It's cool. It's cool. Trust me, it's cool. I have different thoughts, different feelings, different emotions in different places. But you got to check your stuff before you get out here with the rest of the world. Check it. Check it. But this is why you got to build your life towards a lifestyle that you want. Because if you can build your life up to a place, to a space to where you really want to be, now you can create a life cycle. You can create a lifestyle to where it fits how you move according to your day. All right, I'm not feeling too good today. I'm going to sit around. I'm going to sit down. I'm not feeling like this today. I'm gonna still do what I gotta do, but it's in my place. It's in my space to where it's not gonna affect everybody else. And you shouldn't let it. But that's the hard thing about a 9 to 5. That's the hard thing about working these jobs. You have to suppress, you have to subdue. You gotta get under control your thoughts, feelings, and emotions to go about your daily tasks. Because you're not in the place where you wanna be at. You're not in the place where you wanna be at. But you can get there. You most definitely can get there. I'm not where I want to be at. I'm not where I want to be at. But I can get there. Tell you a little bit about that. I did the things that got me to this point. And I was succeeding. I was succeeding. Like at a fast pace, at a fast rate. In a year, my life has changed so much. What happens is you get comfortable, you start falling off, you start taking on what others want to do. Instead of them, you coming into my world, this is what we're going to do over here. And you can catch yourself slipping backwards. I stopped eating the right foods. Since I've been here, like this past month or so, I stopped eating the right foods. I stopped stretching, meditating. I stopped doing the things that helped me get to this point to where I am at currently. So you got to continue to do those things so you can keep winning. But this is an everyday battle. This is where you got to check yourself. And the thing is, the more you start learning yourself, the more you start understanding yourself, you start catching these pockets when you're slipping. You start catching it when you know you're slipping, like, oh, I slipped. Let me go ahead and recenter myself. Let me go ahead and pull myself back up out of here. It's literally a fight every day. You going at yourself every day. That's it. That's it. You going at yourself every day. Every single day you going at yourself. Every single day you going at yourself. I tell you this, I slipped up a lot. I slipped up a lot lately. I was out drinking. I went to go have a few smokes. I went to go clubbing and party. I went to places that I know I myself don't like being. And thinking something's gonna change when I place myself back in them places, I ended up catching myself like, yo, you almost slipped into some BS again. That's why you stayed out of that. So don't even go back to them places trying to remind yourself to see if it'll change, this and that. The environment, that world, that lifestyle that you was once a part of, it know you too well. It know exactly how to tempt you. It know exactly how to get at you. It know exactly how to lure you back in. And you got to stay fighting. You got to stay away from that. That's a fact. You got to stay away from that. Because it's going to cause you to lose. It's going to cause you to lose. And you know how you get. You know how you get when you're in them down and dark places. You know what you was a part of. You know what you was once accustomed to when you get down in them dark places. So don't allow yourself to be in those dark places no more. Don't allow yourself to be in them dark places no more. And that's the thing that I'm learning. And it's an up and down battle. I told you it's like a stock market. Up and down battle. You take a little dip, then you go higher. You take a little dip, then go higher. You take a little dip, then you go higher. Don't beat yourself up though. It's okay. I promise you it's okay. I promise you it's okay. This is the one thing you gotta learn. This is the one thing you gotta understand. You're gonna have people who tell you this and that about your life, what you're doing wrong, what you're doing right. What are they doing? And it's not something to get offended at. Hear what they're saying, yeah, I got you, all right. And back to what you've been doing, back to improvement. Take in some of the things that they are saying. Some people have honest opinions about you. They have honest opinions about where they want you to be, your life, the way you carry yourself, the way you think, the way you feel. So the ones who know you well enough, they'll help you with that. So once they help you with that, then you step into the next space. You work on it. Like, it's nothing wrong with working on stuff. It's nothing wrong with receiving outside opinions. It just matters what you do. It just matters what you think. It just matters what you feel. And you make the best choice possible for you. That's all. That's all. That's all. But it's a little bit of motivation this Monday morning. What you doing out here? What you doing to improve? What you doing to succeed? You just sitting around in the house? Did you go to the gym this morning? Did you get up? I'm telling you, these days, they hard. That little small piece where I didn't want to just get up just now. Don't let 5 minutes of your day affect the rest of your day. If you can conquer those little pockets, conquer those little 5-10 minutes where you feeling bad, you feeling down, man, you beat that, then you go about the rest of the day winning. This is all we doing out here is winning. That's all we doing out here is winning. Ain't nothing else. Ain't nothing else. So win. And you gotta understand, some of us, we learning to win because we by ourselves. We learning to win because we facing everything by ourselves. We learning to win. We the first ones in our family to do it. We learning to win because we our own support group. We our own support system. Hey, keep building, keep growing, keep working till you find them people. Keep building, keep growing till you find the right people in your life to help you. Keep building, keep growing till you find them. Those people will gravitate towards you the same way you gravitating towards them. And that's all. That's all. Stay locked in.